Well, chances are you've spent the holiday season celebrating and working hard to bring the magic to those you love. But there's nothing wrong in now turning a little of that attention onto ourselves. RejuvenationMD's Dr. Tianna Tsitsis is here. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year. It's great to see you.
It's so good to see you. I have to say, this is the perfect time, I feel like.
It's magical.
Yeah, it's time to give ourselves a little love.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the two ladies I always hear you talking about.
The sisters.
The sisters.
Yes, Agnes and Scarlet.
These are the two machines that you have in your office.
Yes.
Tell everyone about them.
Well, I love them both, and I also hate them both because they're a little spicy.
Oh,
however,
okay.
But that's okay. So Agnes is great because it helps get rid of fat pockets. So if you have little jowls that might have developed over time, or a double chin, even a little axillary puffs, we call them here.
Oh, really?
Lipomas, bumps on your arms, eye bags. We can get rid of those pockets of fat using Agnes.
Okay,
so
okay.
she's very, very mean, but then her Cinderella sister comes in and tightens and lifts right after.
Oh,
so you sizzle away the fat, and then Scarlet comes and tightens and lifts.
That's why you've been telling me to go see Agnes, because I'm always complaining about my bags under my eyes.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so they work together, or I mean, can they work alone? What do they do?
Well, usually we do them together. So if somebody's going to get rid of fat, and then we are always concerned, like, we don't want any kind of loose skin happening, so we will always follow Agnes with Scarlet.
Okay.
However, if you don't have any fat, then maybe all you want is a little lift, then we will just do Scarlet.
Okay.
Most of the time they go together, though, because most of the time we have a little bit of something we want to kind of, you know, just get rid of. But even Agnes itself, Agnes not alone, but Agnes can also cause a lift. We do a special, and there's a picture that's coming up, that it doesn't get rid of, it's a special technique that we use that's called Agnes Lift. So it doesn't actually get rid of fat, but it's more of a non-invasive facelift.
Interesting. Okay.
So you'll see some pictures, or a picture or two.
And people kind of, it's hard to understand like how a machine can do this. And I know seeing is believing. So let's look at those pictures.
Yep.
Okay.
So
oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. So that is Agnes under the chin, and then Scarlet right after to help tighten the skin that is left behind. So it's microneedling with radiofrequency. So two different ways to stimulate collagen, two different ways to tighten, all in the same machine and the same needle.
Okay. All right. So that's
fantastic.
incredible. Ooh.
Now this is just Scarlet. So you can see the tightening that happened under her eye. So she doesn't really have an eye bag there, she just has some wrinkles. And because they're not lasers, we don't need to use laser goggles. And so we can go right up to the lash line, and we can go right down to this lash line. So if you had heavy lids up here, we can tighten that. You don't need to necessarily do a blepharoplasty right now.
Right, exactly, which is going to take you weeks and weeks to recover from.
And this is a patient I'm talking about with Agnes Lift. She doesn't have any fat. She just is a thin person. So what we did was we used Agnes to lift her skin next to her ear, and then we did Scarlet to help the rest of her skin with tone, texture. Again, it's great for pores, it's great for redness. But in summary, Scarlet's going to tighten and lift.
You know what I love about this? Look at this. This is incredible.
Yeah, this is Scarlet. This is Scarlet. Isn't that just great?
I mean, it's amazing.
I mean, it tightens and lifts, and you don't need to undergo surgery. So there's no downtime. It takes about an hour to do this, and you look red for maybe another hour, but you can go right off and do something. There's no downtime.
And there's no, like, wow, what'd they do to themselves?
No.
It's so natural looking.
Very,
and
very
even
natural.
you got men doing this.
Yep, we've got men doing this. And so he did Agnes with Scarlet, so he had a little area underneath his chin. I'm not sure if it's cut off on the TV, but
you can see it.
Yeah, and then we got rid of some of that extra tissue, and then we tightened and lift. And you can even see his jawline looks better. I mean, it's amazing.
He looks like 10 years younger.
Yeah, doesn't he?
No offense, my friend.
I know. And this is Agnes and Scarlet. So again, she had some extra tissue under her chin. She even had some jowls you can see kind of poking out there. Yeah, right. We could just do that. Yeah, we can just get rid of that little tiny bit of tissue and then tighten. And again, jawlines are great. People want to have that snatched jawline now.
Yeah.
So let's snatch it.
Non-invasively.
See, look at this. This is the same type of thing.
So I love
Agnes with Scarlet.
Yeah, I love that you bring so many pictures. You're like, just in case you weren't sure, and then again, if you weren't sure. And look at that.
And look at that
that's
jowl.
amazing.
Look at that jowl. So she had a jowl. We did Agnes on the jowl, and then even look underneath, like that. Even right under her chin looks tighter. We didn't treat that. We treated her jowl and then did Scarlet afterwards. So, and the nice thing is that Scarlet is one of the very unique microneedling radiofrequency devices that has something called the Na effect. So when the little needles go down and they poke at your cells that make collagen, releases radiofrequency that irritates the cells that make collagen. Again, two different ways to make collagen. As the needles come up, the radio frequency comes up too. So every layer of your skin gets exposure to that tightening energy. Whereas most other machines, they don't. The needles go down, release the radio frequency, nothing comes up with it. But every layer gets that exposure.
So it's really super deeply working. And you were saying there's no downtime with this.
0, 1 to 2 hours.
What I like about something like this is that I want someone to look at me and go, gosh, she looks rested. She looks good. I don't want to be like, did she get work done?
No, no, no. We always want you to say, ooh, what did you do? Not, oh, what did you do? You know, there's a different way. Same sentence, different way to say it.
Different ways to say it.
Yep.
So I understand, I didn't know this, you're having a girls' night out?
We are, January 18th, 5 to 7. It's going to be on cool sculpting. We're going to have different vendors in. There's going to be a permanent jewelry person. There's going to be a candle person.
Fun.
Yeah, so there's going to be a few different vendors in, and then we're going to have swag bags. It's going to be a great time.
Oh,
yeah, so maybe you will come and visit. And
I would love to come and visit.
Let's
go. Let's go. Check it out. I got the cool sculpting. Cool sculpting me up here. It's still working.
As it should. It's permanent.
I need to get a little.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back over. You want to be our demo? You can come and be our demo. We'll have you sitting in the chair.
I want to hold my hand.
January 18th, 5 o'clock.
Perfect.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't. No, it was fine. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And of course, you can get special pricing on all Agnes and Scarlet microneedling packages all month long. Just go to the website on your screen. Plus, don't forget about Girls' Night Out, January 18th at the Bothell location. So much fun.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by RejuvenationMD.